Wars often stretch on for months, years, even decades. But one conflict in 1896 lasted just 38 minutes. It was between the British Empire and the Sultanate of Zanzibar. When the Sultan refused to step down, Britain launched a naval bombardment at 9:02 a.m. By 9:40, the Sultan's palace was in ruins, his forces surrendered, and the war was officially over. The entire clash was shorter than an episode of your favorite TV show. No drawn-out battles or prolonged strategies, just one swift, historic statement of power. Today, it remains the shortest recorded war in human history, and a strange reminder that not all conflicts are created equal. In the icy world of Antarctica, love comes in the form of a smooth little stone. Male penguins often search high and low for the perfect pebble to offer a female. If she accepts it, they become mates. It's nature's version of a proposal. They use the pebble to help build their nest together. Some penguins even fight or steal to get the best rocks, proving how valuable these small gifts are. It's adorable, competitive, and oddly romantic. While humans use rings, penguins say, "I do" with pebbles, turning love into a literal building block. You might think Antarctica is the coldest place in existence, but space holds a far chillier secret. In the Boomerang Nebula, located about 5,000 light-years away, temperatures dip to just 1 degree Kelvin, colder than the background temperature of space itself. This makes it the coldest known place in the universe. Scientists believe gas expanding from a dying star created this deep freeze. It's colder than liquid nitrogen, colder than Pluto's surface. So cold that atoms barely move. While Earth gets frosty, space can be an entirely different kind of frozen. The sun may seem far away and untouchable, but it holds almost all the weight in our solar system. Around 99.8% of the system's total mass belongs to the sun. That includes every planet, asteroid, moon, and comet combined. It's a massive, nuclear-powered ball of hydrogen and helium, constantly burning at millions of degrees. Without its gravitational pull, the planets would drift off into space. It keeps everything from Mercury to the Kuiper Belt tethered in orbit. So while we may think of the sun as just a bright light, it's the boss of the entire neighborhood. Elephants are among the most emotionally intelligent animals on Earth. When a member of their herd dies, they don't just move on, they grieve. They gently touch the bones with their trunks, stand quietly, and sometimes even shed tears. Herds have been observed returning to the site of a death years later. These mourning rituals show deep emotional bonds and memory. It's not just instinct, it's love and loss in action. In the animal kingdom, few display such compassion. Elephants remind us that empathy and connection aren't uniquely human. It sounds like a fantasy, but some fish can actually walk. Species like the mud skipper and the climbing perch use their fins or special limb-like structures to move across land. They leave water to search for food, escape predators, or explore new habitats. Mud skippers, for example, can breathe through their skin and the lining of their mouth as long as they stay moist. These land-walking fish challenge what we think is possible in nature. They're living proof that evolution finds creative solutions to survival, sometimes one wobbly step at a time. If you think cockroaches are hard to kill, here's something even creepier. They can live for days without their heads. How? Their nervous systems are decentralized, meaning they don't rely entirely on their brains. They breathe through small holes in their body, not their mouth or nose. After losing their head, they wander around until they die of dehydration or infection. It's both fascinating and nightmarish. While it sounds like a horror movie, it's just another example of how incredibly resilient, even bizarre life can be at the microscopic level. Not all metals are safe to handle. Elements like sodium, potassium, and cesium are so reactive that they can explode when dropped in water. When they touch water, a chemical reaction instantly releases hydrogen gas and heat, sometimes enough to cause fire or a loud bang. Cesium is especially dangerous. It can shatter glass just by reacting with a splash. These metals are often stored in oil to keep them stable. They're not the kind of thing you'd want in a science fair volcano, but they do make for an unforgettable chemistry lesson. It's a common misconception that the universe has a central point, but it doesn't. The Big Bang didn't explode into a pre-existing space, it created space itself. As a result, every galaxy is moving away from every other galaxy, like raisins, in a rising loaf of bread. No matter where you stand in the universe, it seems like you're in the middle, but that's an illusion. Space is expanding in all directions, equally. So asking, where's the center of the universe, is like asking, where's the edge of the ocean? The answer is, it doesn't work like that. The human heart is a powerful muscle, so powerful that it could, in theory, squirt blood up to 30 feet in the air. With every beat, your heart generates pressure to push blood through 60,000 miles of blood vessels. This isn't just strength, it's life-sustaining force. At peak performance, it pumps about 2,000 gallons a day. That's like filling a swimming pool, every single day, without a break. So while it may be the size of a fist, your heart is an unstoppable biological engine that powers your entire body second by second. Certain frogs in cold climates can freeze solid, stop their hearts, and still come back to life when thawed. The wood frog, for instance, survives winter by allowing its body to freeze up to 70%. Ice crystals form around its organs and its heartbeat, and brain activity stop entirely. It enters a suspended state, like a natural form of cryostasis. Come spring, it thaws out, resumes breathing, and hops away as if nothing happened. It's nature's version of pause and resume, an incredible adaptation for surviving the cold. Today, we think of ice cream as a summer treat for all, but centuries ago, it was only for the elite. In ancient China and Persia, icy desserts were made with snow, fruit, and honey. In Europe, royalty had ice houses and imported snow to make early versions of sorbet and cream. It wasn't until the invention of refrigeration in the 19th century that ice cream became widely available. Back then, having a cone in your hand meant you were wealthy. So every scoop you eat today was once a symbol of luxury and power. When you wake up in the morning, you're actually a little taller than when you go to bed. During the day, the cartilage between your vertebrae compresses due to gravity and daily movement. By night, you've shrunk slightly, sometimes by as much as half an inch. When you sleep, your spine decompresses, and the fluid between the discs restores. It's a tiny change, but a fascinating one. You could say you're at your peak height right after hitting snooze, and slowly shrink through the day only to rise again by morning. Saturn may be the second largest planet in our solar system, but it's made mostly of gas, hydrogen, and helium. This gives it an incredibly low density. In fact, if you could find a bathtub big enough, Saturn would float in water. Of course, no such cosmic tub exists, but the idea shows just how different planets can be. Saturn's rings might be its most recognizable feature, but its lightweight body is just as fascinating. It's a gas giant that breaks our expectations of size and substance.